what's going on, guys? Ernst here. So today I have a new video for you, and it is going to be my breakdown of the Iowa Senate race that's up in 2020 between Republican incumbent Joni Ernst, and there's not a current Democratic nominee yet, but the leading vote getter is Theresa Greenfield. So I have her as the Democratic nominee, as the likely nominee in this video. So Joni Ernst is the incumbent U.S. senator. She was first elected in 2014 in the midterm elections, heavy Republican wave year, anti-Obama year. Joni Ernst was the first woman to win and represent Iowa in Congress, and Joni Ernst was also the first female combat veteran elected to the U.S. Senate at the time. So she is the first one. Theresa Greenfield, there isn't too much known about her, but she is the leading candidate in polls for the Democratic primary in the state of Iowa's Senate seat. She's a real estate executive, and she was a candidate for Iowa's 3rd Congressional District in 2018. So this is the Senate race that Joni Ernst won back in 2014 versus Bruce Braley. You may remember this race by she had a ad that was something about castrating hogs or something like that on an Iowa farm. It was definitely one of the more interesting political ads. I'll just say that. I mean, 2014, I was like a kid, so I didn't really know too much what was going on. But yeah, now that I know, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's something. That's something interesting, I guess. But yeah, 2014, Joni Ernst versus Bruce Braley. Joni Ernst won with 52.1% of the vote to Bruce Braley's 43.8%. This race is pretty much a big surprise because at this point, we didn't really know if Iowa was ever going to vote Republican because it voted for Obama twice. The president was pretty well approved here, and that's what started his presidential campaign. His presidential aspirations was Iowa, really. So for Joni Ernst to come out and win in such a big margin, well, also maybe a sign of things to come with President Trump in 2016, but it's a very impressive win for Joni Ernst against Bruce Braley, who I'm pretty sure was the incumbent senator at the time. So Joni Ernst's approval rating now, per running consult, is she has 37% to disapproval 42%. Now, I've said this time and time again that I think morning consult is kind of one of the more garbage polling electorate approval average things. I think they're pretty much garbage, but there isn't really much more than we have. There isn't really another thing that I could use. So I just use morning consult. I disagree with this. If it's 37-42, it's probably like 47-42, I'd say, at best, for Joni Ernst. I don't think that morning consult really has ever been reliable, but she's not in the worst position for re-election, giving her a given approval rating, Iowa's voting history, Iowa's trend history, and President Trump's approval and trends in the state of Iowa as well. She's not in the worst position for re-election. Polling data that we don't have much, but a public policy Democratic skewed poll shows Joni Ernst up 6, 47-41 over Theresa Greenfield. Emerson, back in October, has Joni Ernst at 47 and Theresa Greenfield at 40. And a Lake Research Partners poll, also Democratic skewed, no toss-ups, had Ernst at 56, Greenfield 34. These are the only polls that have come out of this race so far. There really isn't too much polling going on, but I think it's a pretty clear indicator that Joni Ernst, even in the Democratic polls, are winning in a pretty big margin. So endorsements for Joni Ernst, surprisingly, we don't have any endorsements yet. And yeah, I looked it up. There aren't any endorsements for Joni Ernst yet, so yeah, no, nothing new. And for Theresa Greenfield, she does have some pretty notable ones, actually. She has Sherrod Brown, the senator from Ohio. Brian Schatz, he's a senator from Hawaii. I feel like he's appeared in the endorsements for Senate candidates more than anyone else in all these videos I've done. I feel like I see his name on the list every single time. Abby Finkener, the representative from Iowa's 1st District, has endorsed her, as has Dave Losbach from Iowa's 2nd District. And Pete Buttigieg, 2020 presidential candidate, also endorsed Theresa Greenfield. So my personal assessment of this race is I think Joni Ernst is the favorite to win in November. Her approval rating combined with President Trump's approval rating are both in good standing for re-election for both of them. Her approval ratings are actually lower earlier in the year, but have gone up since. So that's a good sign for her, showing maybe her popularity is coming back. And Iowa voted very big for President Trump in 2016, and he is expected to win it again. The margins might be a little smaller, but it's still looking like a big win for President Trump, which will definitely help Joni Ernst. Also, Greenfield nationally really isn't well known. I'll be honest, I had to look up on Wikipedia who the candidates were because I did not know who was running in Iowa for the Democratic side. So that really isn't good news for Greenfield. She needs to gain more national attention, which is going to be hard to do with the virus and everything going on. So I think Ernst is in good position for re-election at this time. So my prediction for this race is I think Joni Ernst will win re-election out of the state of Iowa. I think she'll win. I think Joni Ernst will win with about 51.1%, so a little bit less than 2014. However, the fact is Iowa. The difference is that Iowa, I feel like, is more reliable Republican than it was back in 2014. But that also means that Theresa Greenfield will do better than the previous Democratic candidate in 2014. I think due to the polarization throughout the country, Greenfield will get more votes in the presidential atmosphere. However, I still think Joni Ernst will win by about 4 points and be reelected to another 6-year term in the U.S. Senate. So that is my video for the Senate election in the state of Iowa. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Also, please be sure to leave a comment below telling me any other video ideas you'd like me to do. It can be Senate races, governor races, presidential matchups, whatever you want. Or if you want to leave a comment just asking me a question about the videos or politics, whatever, do whatever you want. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.